Okay, so, hi, hello. Hello everyone, my name is Jenky, I'm also known as Schrodinger's Demon, and today I'll be reacting to the issues with and around male VTubers. This video is made by ɪʌʌᴜᴜ, and all the links to him and the video will be down below, and hopefully I will not be stepping on anyone's toes with this. I just thought, hey, I am a guy VTuber, and I unfortunately do know the few, issues with guy VTubers and male VTubers and the VTubing community. I'm not saying not all male VTubers are bad, but at least from my experience, is that trying to be a male VTuber in a VTuber space is really hard, mainly due to us not being able to stand out from the crowd. I talked about this a couple times before, but I do think it is kind of hard. It's definitely hard being a male VTuber in the VTuber space because, majority of it is women, which isn't bad. A lot of people do have to think, so when you're watching a VTuber, would you rather look at a guy kind of like me, or would you rather look at Shy Lily? People probably will want to look at Shy Lily, and also Shy Lily is just amazing too, so I don't really blame you. Those are just some viewpoints I have. I don't know what ɪʌʌᴜ will be going into in the video, and from the comments I have read, a few of them people have talked about how some guy VTubers, they kind of love bomb. That's a definite issue as well, but I'm pretty sure ɪʌʌᴜ will talk more about it. So outside of me yapping, let's actually get into the video. Again, this is the issue with and around male VTubers by ɪʌʌᴜᴜ. Let's get into it.
Contributions from viewers like you.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Look at all those amazing people. I don't know what I'm expecting.
This male VTuber that, yada yada yada. How I eat this one.
Is he okay? Also, I believe his name is Kenshi, right? Or Kenji? I'm blanking on the name right now, but I think he's pretty cool. I've seen a few quotes from him before. Also, ɪʌʌᴜᴜ's character, 10 out of 10. I think the snakes are cool as hell. I think they're dope as
Come on, let's continue.
It's crazy that years ago, the first commentary video I made that took off was about the quote-unquote issue with male VTubers. So I'm gonna title this one the same thing, since it worked last time, and male VTubing is being talked about again. But why? Well, it's mainly sparked.
Hold on, wait. When was this video created? 2 months ago. Okay. What happened 2 months ago? I don't know. I'm afraid now. I feel like it's actually a topic that probably does pop up every now and then. With the whole, who cares about guy VTubers? Which I really don't. I really don't mind. A lot of people when we think VTubing, everyone thinks Hololive. I think Holostars is the guy branch, but I don't think they're anywhere near as famous. But it happens. It's alright. Just my experience with male VTubing, and before I do get into videos, yeah, again, sorry for yapping. It's for me, it's my experience actually has not been bad. The only thing is, I have had people try to flirt with me, which kind of makes me uncomfortable because I am literally a 2D person on the screen. You will never see me in person. You'll never see my face. Why are you trying to flirt with me? I get that from girls and guys for some reason. I don't know why. But, just I don't know what's going on. With me and my personality when I do stream, it's I try not to make people uncomfortable. That's my main thing. I know some VTubers, they do say crazy stuff, most of the time. I'm not that type of person. I don't really say anything like that. And especially my streaming fan base is majority women. I try my best not to make them uncomfortable at all because, who wants to be uncomfortable? It's not fun. So I do my best to just try to stay a neutral thing. But I do know some guy VTubers, their whole persona is this very masculine, flirty stuff. And I don't know if we'll be talking about this, but yeah. And sorry for me yapping. It's already been a couple minutes and I have a positive video. Sorry, ɪʌʌᴜ. Okay, let's continue.
By Hololive basically cutting support to the Holostars. For those that
know
they cut. Hololive has the girls, which is Hololive,
no.
and the boy group is Holostars,
Okay.
and they basically told the boy group, fuck off.
Wait, really?
They're basically on their own with management, but no.
Wait, what? No way. Okay, I mentioned Holostars, yeah. They cut them? I think that's messed up. Yeah, I personally don't think Holostars was as... I don't think they were, as marketable as, the girls, But still, it's I don't know. I wish the guys who are part of it the best, so I'm afraid. Yeah, guys and VTubing, it's hard. But I feel like they can still do something. I don't know. I don't know. It's messed up.
No funding for merch, no studio time, no major promos.
Nothing.
No. And now you have niggas saying male VTubers are useless, can't grow, and that VTubing is only for the girls.
So, yeah, I mean, VTubing is all about girls. It is. It's a girl thing. Now, there.
Okay, Asmon. Well, I actually have no quarrels against Asmongold. I know he does his own stuff. He says stuff. But, you know, I feel like both can coexist in this space. Just girls are more marketable because based off some of the assets they can have. And also just, I feel like people are more interested in watching a cutesy girl than like a boy trying to be cutesy. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. If you're in the VTuber space, you know how some VTubers they talk, some girls talk like they're very young, like, you know, that way. It's weird. I find that weird, but people flock to that, and people flock to the models that have the big bazungas and the big stuff. But also, without that, let's say like they're like dressed properly and everything. I think just overall the character designs for the women, I think the character designs for girl VTubers are a lot more interesting and can be more complex. I'm not saying guys VTubers can be complex. Static has an amazing like model right there. Like it looks like one of the characters from Demon Slayer mixed with like JJK. I like that. Like that's cool. But I just feel like majority of the time you will rather watch Shy Lily or Chibidoki or Neurosama over Jenky Johnny. You know what I mean? It's just something like that. I don't know. Let's see what Asma says, though.
There are guys that are VTubers, and, you know, more power to them. Good for them.
Yeah.
But the reality is that VTubing is a female activity. VTubing is like it's like a clever use of game mechanics, like an exploit, basically, where women can stream without having to be hot.
No clue why you would agree with the guy that.
Wait, huh? Okay, so his take just then degrades women, saying like, oh, if you're a not attractive woman, or if you're a woman who feels like you're not attractive, you put on the VTuber thing. I think he's missing the point with VTubing. For me, VTubing is a way I can still show my expression. I can still, you guys can see my mouth move. You guys can put a voice to a thing. That's why I always wanted to be a VTuber. It's because I never really want to show my face because I do enjoy being anonymous online. Yeah, albeit, sometimes you guys see my hands. I don't know, you guys see my dog. I don't know, I doxed my dog. Here's a picture of my dog if you want to see her. You know, but it's like, just saying like, oh, VTubing's going for ugly people. No. Everyone's beautiful. It's just more like, do you want to show your face? Or like, you know, like you can always dress up with a webcam when you're actually webcamming, but also that does take a lot of effort, you know. But like with this model, I don't have to always do my hair. You know, I have curly hair. I don't like my hair, but you know, I don't know. Asmon's take's stupid. I will just say, yeah, part of it is I don't believe VTubing is only a women activity. It is just dominated by women because I feel like a lot more people are more interested in watching women VTubers over guy VTubers. Albeit the Burnt Peanut, even though he's not necessarily a VTuber, or he doesn't see himself as a VTuber, is still a virtual character with his eyes and his mouth over it. You know, like people are more interested in stuff like that by what they bring to the table, I feel like. Especially like Kenji and everything. I just feel like people are more interested in women VTubers because of their personas. Usually they can pull off a lot more. Not saying guys can't, but you know, as I mentioned, a cutesy girl over a cutesy boy. Who what would you rather watch? There you go.
That has to chase water with Pop. But
wait,
let me give my 2 cents as a male VTuber. That is
there we go, Static.
Growing. At least I would say so. I hope so. Shit.
You're doing good.
I hate you, Static.
Doing better than me.
Now, there's a lot of debate on whether male VTubers can grow. I feel like anyone could see that the answer is yes. I mean,
everyone can grow.
However, how are you able to do?
Oh, and also I believe, Ŝōtō, Lord, the guy who's dating Neanners, Lord Aciel or Lord, I forgot his name, but like, you know, I can't necessarily name a bunch of guy VTubers because like I don't actively go and watch guy VTubers. Like I'll watch clips from like Kenji. Kenji's cool. I believe that's his name. I'm so sorry. Like the guy with the red jacket on and the hat. I believe that's his name. But like, I feel like you have to actively go out and search, though, because, like, on my recommended page, I do get people who I do watch. Like, I get Iron Mouse all the time. I like Iron Mouse. I think she's cool. You know, so it's just, like, you have to actively go out and try to search. But I'm not saying there's not a lot of guy VTubers, and I even made a few shorts talking about this. Like, guy VTubers aren't rare. We just don't get the limelight because it's kind of hard for us to break out. But, you know, here we go.
I feel like anyone could see that the answer is yes. I mean, use your eyes. However, how are you able to do
I forgot Heavenly's a VTuber too. Heavenly's funny, you know.
that in the modern day? Now, in this specific context for the Holostars, people often name fan service as a way to easily gain traction or attention.
There you go.
Women do love fan service. Look at Love in Deep Space. So, I don't know, show some abs or something. People like that shit. So, yeah, it is a valid way to grow. Only if you're into that, because there are other ways to go about it. And this is the route I personally took, and the advice I tend to give out. Don't think of this as a gender thing. That shouldn't be in your mind when creating content. Back when I was dipping my toes into trying content creation in general, I never once thought, oh, this doesn't work for me because I'm a guy.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
which shouldn't stop you because of X, Y, and Z, you know. Because as I mentioned too, like, when I do stream, I don't necessarily think of, like, oh, VTubing is only a women thing. Like, it is dominated by women, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, as I mentioned before multiple times, but it's like, yeah, it's like, I just go live, you know? And then every now and then people are like, oh, why don't you have more viewers? I'm just like, they just don't vibe with me. That's fine. You know, I feel like my comedy and the way I do stuff and how I explain stuff earlier, it's like, I don't thirst trap. Yeah, this model's more attractive, but the reason why I look like this is to avoid the femboy comments, because I don't have a deep voice. My voice isn't as deep as I want it to be, so, you know, that's why I look a little bit hot, but, you know, we'll move on.
Content creator. Your job is to make something that is entertaining. And I see a lot of men blame their gender as a reason as to why they're failing.
But then when you go to, like, check their shit to, like, give at least some advice,
being a male VTuber. Oh, dude, I remember this popping off. Being a male VTuber is hard. I take a look at their socials, no short form content. They don't network collaborate. Okay, so for this one, I don't really network or collaborate. I do have friends who are streamers. I do make friends like that, but I don't really do collaborations because I had a very bad experience before where it got very parasocial. That I couldn't do stuff outside of streaming with people. Like, I couldn't play games with people or talk to people outside streaming. So that's why I don't collaborate. And also, I learned from, like, people who I look up to. Tomo Umari, she's my Oshi. A tomboy military horse girl is my Oshi, by the way. She doesn't necessarily network or collaborate. She does have friends, and she does, like, raid, but she doesn't always do collabs. She does her own stuff because she's also in the military, you know, so just not enough time to, like, really go and collaborate. You can do stuff, and you can grow without having to network collaborate. It's just for me, as a guy VTuber, I don't really do that stuff because either the people I do collaborate with, they do say a lot, like, more, like, raunchy jokes or, like, sexual jokes, which I don't really make, so that's why I don't do it, you know? But, yeah, no, it's just, I do, like, and also, if there's no short-form content, they don't edit it or do it a bit messy. I do edit my videos, my short-form content, I do edit it every single day. Long-form videos are a little bit hard to edit because, you know, I'm spending, like, more than, like, hour and a half editing and stuff like that. So, like, this one probably would take me, like, an hour and a half just from, like, watching it all the way through. Cutting out the parts where I do, like, stutter a little bit. But yeah, no, but community engagement is pretty good, you know, like, at least for me. But, you know, I think this is a Paxi's, like, view on it, so I'll let Static continue. It's only been 2 minutes, and the recording's been going for 15 minutes. It's gonna be a long video for Jenky to edit.
You see that they basically have nothing. They didn't really do much.
Yeah.
It's a common pattern. I've seen it, and it's even been
because
have you ever heard a successful male VTuber say that they are successful because they are a man? No, because they know they provide entertainment. I don't think I've grown as much because you guys just like my black ass, and I don't do fan service. Y'all like my commentary and editing style for some fucking reason. To those
I do
out
like
there
the way he
trying
edits.
to be a male
That's pretty
VTuber,
good.
if something ain't working, switch it up. Back when I tried to do gaming stuff on the channel, that shit didn't work.
It didn't work.
Quickly switched it up to another thing.
And with me, I used to create pasta content, but back then I couldn't really do editing because I didn't have a model, I didn't have a PC. So now I swapped over to, like, other stuff. Like, I posted every now and then some videos I create from, like, me streaming where, like, I debut a model. Like, I switch it up, and now I'm doing reacting content, which is actually a lot of fun. I did not think I will actually enjoy it as much because I did feel like it was kind of lazy, but I do my best to provide stuff within it that may seem interesting to people. So, yeah, it's like you just gotta, like, do some stuff. Like, I a lot of people nowadays, like, they do gaming content, and, like, I feel like that works better for a stream. But even then, like, when you do stream, you have to think about it. Will my community enjoy this game? Like, for me, when I do play other games, I take a risk. I'm like, will my chat enjoy The Walking Dead? Or do I just play Minecraft again? Do I play Roblox in my community again? Do I, you know, do I play Dead by Daylight and maybe people will not like Dead by Daylight? You know, it's always a risk, but you gotta try. Like, on my streams, I chat for 2 hours. I try to get chat interaction pretty perfect. And when I play video games, I still try to talk to my chat, but also, like, it depends what I'm playing, that maybe I can't really interact as well. Like, Dead by Daylight, when I'm playing Killer, I kind of have to lock in. It's the unfortunate truth, and I do miss some people who want to do, like, check-ins or to say hi, and I do feel a lot bad, and I apologize for the notification. Yeah, so I have a GTA 5 notification on. But you know what I mean? It's just, like, you know, some stuff is, like, I get lost chatting sometimes, and then just stuff like that, so it depends. But, you know, at least Static figured out that, like, yeah, gaming probably isn't working, and now commentary is his thing. I kind of want to do some commentary videos, and because I think it'll be fun, but, you know, but yeah, it's my views as a male VTuber as well. Like, a lot of people don't want to put in the effort, and this one goes for guys and girls and everyone in between. Like, you know, they think I can just start streaming equals fame. No, streaming, you start stream, do YouTube. Edit every day, couple times a week, post stuff couple times a week, grind, rinse and repeat until you get a chance, and you take the chance and you run with it. A lot of people don't do that. They just start stream and they end it. I don't know.
Enjoyed it, and it started working. Often see many VTubers, male and female, go down the route of just playing a game and calling it a day. But the thing is, if you aren't really good at the game you're playing, then it's just boring. It's like watching your little cousin play Minecraft. Like, why the fuck am I here? But if you're funny, and sometimes you don't even have to be funny, just keep on talking. Learn how to speak constantly. I say as.
That's what I do. That's what I did. When I played Dead by Daylight, I don't like dead air. I hate dead air. And, like, now that I have a chat, for me at least, it's a lot harder for me to kind of, like, continue it, because, like, back then I used to schizo post. Like, I talk about anything and everything. Now, like, people are there actually listening to me. I'm like, oh, I always gotta talk about something somewhat interesting. So, you know, it's just, yeah, you know, just to talk constantly. And I think I'm funny sometimes, but I fall flat all the time. But hey, it's all about the thrive and the drive to succeed. You know, like, I want this, and I'm going for it, and I took every little precaution and everything I can try to do to make myself better by talking a lot, and I don't shut up. So, you know, it's a win-win.
The nigga that can't do that. But streaming isn't my main thing for a reason. My main thing is videos. And that ties into my next point. Diversify. Streaming on Twitch and just Twitch alone I can't do Twitter. Shit. Even more shit if you're a guy VTuber, I guess. But we'll touch on what I mean by that in a minute. Twitch has no discoverability.
In the middle of nowhere, nigga. Look at this shit.
And to be completely transparent, I wouldn't have as much as I do on Twitch if my homies didn't raid me a lot, and if some of you guys never went over there to catch me when I'm live. Point blank, period. My Twitch growth completely corresponds to my growth on other platforms, and my friends that also happen to be content creators.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, that's the networking part right there, you know?
So my next point is also, try to actually be friends with people, communicate, connect. Yeah. I know what I said might make some people...
And with this, there's also a thing, too. I have viewers and people who pop in, they're like, oh, Jenky, you're my friend. There should definitely be a little of a buffer. Like, I made friends with ᴍᴏᴜ. She's an Australian girl. She's killing it right now. You know, I'm friends with her. Like, I support her 110%. You know, and she supports me 110%. You know, albeit she's in Australia. I'm in America. I'm in California, unfortunately. I still support her streams. You know, and, like, you know, she's usually asleep when I do go live and all that stuff. But, like, you know, it's like she rates me, and I usually end the stream before she does go live, so I can't really rate her back. I see her as a friend. You know, because she's cool. She's nice. You know, she treats me kind. She does say some weird things every now and then, but, you know, that's Sora. She's cool. But I have people come in here where they're just viewers, and they're like, oh, Jenky, you're my friend, and that's parasocial. It's like, sometimes I feel mean trying to be like, hey, I'm not your friend. You know what I mean? It's just like, you have to be careful with, like, stuff like that, because I dealt with parasocial stuff where I can't even play with people outside of stream because they're like, oh, this X, Y, and Z, and it's like, I'm a human. Let me play with who I want to. I don't know.
to go, oh, I should just make friends with other content creators and expect them to give me followers. No,
No,
nigga. The
no.
people I've
You have to
shown
work.
are actually my homies, regardless if they were a VTuber or not. And some of them
Yeah.
I met before they were even at the size they are now.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is being active and just genuinely trying to chill with others is good because believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, some VTubers are nice as fuck and do want to show support in any way they can. And if you're a good person, which I know you are, come on now, you'll also support those around you too. However, there is one point where I guess technically a few points I honestly can't argue against because there is truth to it. The stigma around male VTubers.
Here we go.
Now let's be real. There isn't a lot of male VTubers.
22 minutes we finally got
VTubing is
here.
just a female-dominated space, and that's
There we
cool.
go.
Nothing
I
wrong
talked
with
about that.
Male
Yep.
VTubers have a stigma of being weird. And
Yep.
obviously there is
Yep.
a bunch of proof to back this up. I mean,
Yep.
my channel alone has a few. But also, women can be weird as fuck as well. And my
Yep.
channel could also prove
Both
there's
can
definitely
go.
mean girl behavior roaming around. However, since male VTubers are the minority, when just a few male VTubers fuck up, all of us can low-key feel
Yeah,
the shockwave.
everyone-
Other
yeah,
women VTubers
yeah.
might be a bit more skeptical of you. I personally think rightfully so, but
Yeah.
it still doesn't feel too good. I saw a tweet
Yep.
from Nikaishi, hopefully I'm saying your name right, basically stating that the space to test men under the surface.
Hold on. Male VTubing is unequivocally beyond the shadow of doubt significantly harder and nearly possible to find success in. Anyone who says it isn't is lying in your face. Male VTubing is playing life on hard mode. I love what I do. I love the art formed as 3D VTubing with how expressive, technical, interactive, and yes, even how challenging it is. Same here. That's why I like. I think for me it's 2D, but also I think it's pretty cool. But make no mistake, male VTubing is one of the hardest things you could ever do. The space overwhelming to taste. Well, I can't speak anymore. The space overwhelming to test men under the surface. There's no audience for you, no easy path to success like others have. And you'll be excluded, rejected, looked down upon, ignored, slandered, unappreciated, underestimated. People who inherently just not take you seriously because everyone knows how successful a male VTuber is incredibly rare. So why waste the time? Male VTubing is fricked in so many ways, and every single thing you experience, you'll be gaslighted, hated, and abused even more, to the ends of the earth for simply expressing. Yeah. I never really talked about how hard VTubing is. Like, I mentioned it every now and then. But also, like, I haven't really actually been excluded from a lot of things, so. I did try out for a VTuber agency. I made it to round 1, and I was surprised that you're looking for male VTubers. So there is hope. You know. And I'll probably talk about that because I did not make it that far after that. I kind of submitted a really bad short. I'll talk about Spider-Man in it. I messed up there, but you know, there is chances that you can get, and that chance I had that I did not get was the largest chance I ever had in my career so far, and I didn't get it, and I felt sad, but I just keep on moving. I'm at that point where like I'm gonna become big enough where I don't even need them anymore. They join a bigger agency. I'm joking. But you know, it's just like it depends on where you look for opportunities. But I don't know who Nekaishi? I don't know how to say your name correctly. I don't know how like their experience was as a VTuber, but we'll see though. Sorry for constantly pausing too. I'm trying to add a lot to this. Here we go.
No audience for you, no easy path to success like others have. You'll be excluded, rejected, looked down on, ignored, slandered, unappreciated, and underestimated.
Oh,
and
I
people
read the
won't
whole
take you
thing.
seriously
Sorry.
because male VTubers usually aren't successful. Hindsight editor Tokyo here. I do think this post is a bit more pessimistic than I initially thought.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone that tells you it isn't that much harder is lying to you. I also don't think most successful VTubers really saw their gender as a defining factor as to what made them successful. Unless it's
like, I'll be honest with you. When Iron Mouse first started, she probably didn't think, oh, because I'm a woman, I'm gonna become big. No, what people love Iron Mouse for was even though she had a really bad card handed to her with her immuno disorder, you know, or her immune deficiency disorder, she still made the best with what she can do. People saw that she's trying and she's doing her hardest even with everything against her, and they gave her love and support, and that's how she is the woman she is today. So, you know, it's just people have to love you for you. That's why I don't really play a character. When you look at me between VTuber Jenky and real life Jenky, I'm not really that different. Real life Jenky, I'm a tad bit more quieter because I talk for 40 hours a week, and even now probably for like maybe like 42 hours because I do record. sometimes I just want to be a little bit quiet. But on here, I'm just expressing myself a little bit more, talking a little bit louder, talking constantly. It's like, that's the main thing. Like, you know, Iron Mouse, obviously, she is probably playing a little bit of a character, you know, with her being Satan, I believe that's her character. But, you know, everything else is like, every time she cries, that's the real her. You know, so it's just like, people, at the end of the day, people just have to love you for you. You know, like, male, like you know, if you're a male, a female, non-binary, anything under the sun, everything in between, too, it's just like, people gotta love you for you. And if you have what it takes, and if people do find something they like about you, they'll stick to you and they'll support you. I have people who support me. I never really would have thought that. And, you know, because I have them support me, I want to do the best I honestly just want to do the best I can so I can stay around so they can still watch me in the future. I'm trying so hard right now to get anywhere and make this a consistent income for me. So it's just, you gotta keep on grinding. But I don't know. We'll keep on going.
It's like fan servicey things, then maybe. I don't know. I also don't think
you don't gotta do fan service stuff.
I think in terms of women VTubers and their fans, they're both well within their right to be cautious of male VTubers.
Yeah.
Due to the amount of shit we end up hearing about male VTubers.
Yeah, so
Not to say that women can't do fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know much about like what male VTubers have done. I mentioned my Oshi earlier, Tomo Mari. She mentioned how another male VTuber tried to love bomb her and like stuff like that, pretty bad. With women VTubers, they also have their stuff, like, you know, I would say a certain Hellhound VTuber messed up, like, did a lot of bad stuff to a whale VTuber, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, and also just other women VTubers who use their fans for, like, sexual stuff and, you know, all that stuff. Like, both sides are messed up. You just gotta find people you like and hope to God they're not bad people. That's it.
Shit too. They definitely can. We've definitely seen it. But I don't think detest is the correct word to describe the whole scene. I think cautious is a better term. And if you're here vibing and just doing your normal thing, eventually niggas won't have a reason to be cautious of you specifically.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even worry about it too much for real. Okay. Now you can hear what Pathetic at the time of recording this had to say. And I'm gonna go to sleep because it's 9:47 a.m. and I haven't went to sleep yet. Now,
I felt
as pessimistic as it sounds, like, holy shit, heavy as fuck. And while I do heavily disagree with there is no audience for you, I truly believe there is.
There is,
takes a while to find it. Everything else is something I've kind of personally experienced while VTubing, and not something I can outwardly disprove either. Sure, you can make an argument that all these things happen to women VTubers as well, and that it might not even be a gender thing at all. However, when I was talking to someone, well, we'll keep anonymous because I don't want niggas attacking people. When I told her the idea of this video, she said, and I quote, "I don't like many male VTubers. I'm careful around them because I think all of them are sex pests."
Fair enough.
Now, I was kind of taken aback, not because I was offended. I know she wasn't talking about me specifically.
Yeah, it's... I can't really blame that person too, and honestly, I don't think they would get much hate for it, but knowing men online and other stuff like that, I do think, as I mentioned, Tomo Mari, Mayoshi, how the guy tried to love bomb her. I don't know much, and I feel like it does happen a lot to other, you know, women creators, just stuff like that. It's unfortunate that happens, very unfortunate. And I understand why that boundary's up, and I understand how Stag's saying, like, yeah, it kind of makes everyone else look bad, and I even have viewers talk about that too. I think they said, like, they mentioned, like, oh, if you have a garden, and there's a snake in it, and you don't know if the snake's venomous or not, do you still want to at least run the risk of getting bit by the snake? You probably don't want to, you know what I mean? And that's like a paraphrase, then, like, try to remember the quote. But it makes sense, you know? It makes everything... paints a picture like, yeah, I don't know the snake's venomous, I don't want to bite it, maybe I'll just stare at it for a little bit to see if it is. So maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe give it some time, then, like, yeah, if they're chill, then go up to the snake and say what's up or something. I don't know, but yeah.
But it made me look back on the way I was treated by certain individuals and think maybe they treated me that way because they had the same notion.
There you
but
go.
What I'm saying here is that's the stigma of male VTubers. That's what we're kind of up against.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Food for thought. This video is nothing more than a discussion and hopefully some advice sprinkled in. Tell me what you think in the comments. I really want to know. If you're a male VTuber, have you experienced any of this ever?
Have I experienced anything like this? Not really. Well, for me, I don't really go out of my way to try and make friends with other streamers, which I know networking is very important though, but like I don't know how. Like I don't want to how friendships for me usually happen online is like if I'm in a community for a while and then they trust me enough and like they want me to mod, then yeah, I'll mod for them and that's how a friendship sparks, you know. Like I don't want to push anything. You know what I mean? Like I'll go support people who I do know. It's like, "Oh yeah, you know, here I am." Like, you know, like, "Hi, how you doing?" And then if they make me a mod, you know, of course, like, I'm over there just, like, joking with them and then, like, you know, try and keep their whole community safe and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, you'll never see me go into, like, Iron Mouse chat. I'm like, "Hey, Iron Mouse, want to be my friend?" Like, I can't do that. No, I'm, like, antisocial online. I can't do that. Just, like, you know, I don't know. But the women that I have, but the girl streamers that I have met, very nice people. Very amazing people. So, I'm very grateful to have met them. You know, they helped me in the past, and then, you know, they helped me with, like, raids and streams and stuff like that, you know, and all that stuff, and in return, I try my best to, like, support them every time I can, like, show up to their streams, like, mod, like, try to be there as present, you know, so I'm very fortunate. But I have not made a lot of friends, with, like, in the streaming and stuff like that, especially since, like, what happened before. And then also there's a very specific type of like personality I vibe with. Like I don't really like loud people. I don't know if that's just me. Even though I talk a lot, I don't try to be as loud. So I mean maybe that's just one part of it too. I don't know. I don't know. I'm antisocial online, so I try my best to make friends with people, but I don't know. Oh, we'll see though. Yeah.
Now, I can even tell you about some of the things I experienced analytically speaking. If you take note, some of my videos with the most views don't have me in the thumbnail by myself.
Yeah, no, but they have other people.
Why? Because I know that putting me in the thumbnail and just me doesn't usually do good for clicks.
Yeah.
And the people that already know who I am, they'll probably click it. But to get new people in that have never seen my face before,
you have to
they
use
don't give
other
a fuck.
people.
They won't click.
Yeah.
And
but if you have like Neuro,
that's why before when I would have myself in a thumbnail, it would usually be me with like two other
someone else,
VTubers, and usually the two other VTubers would be women. Not to say that I put them in because I was like, oh, women get clicks. It's more so that they're either VTubers.
They're more recognizable. You know, same thing. Yeah, and our friends have the viewers. Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah.
Or is involved in the video in some way, or a mix of all the three. Of course,
there
are videos where I kind of have to put myself because it feels weird to just shoehorn a random VTuber in a thumbnail where the video has nothing to do with that VTuber.
There you go. Just explained it. Yeah, it's like this one, I'll be in it. Then do I put static in the thing, or like I don't know what to do. Yeah.
I'm not gonna put Zentreya in a thumbnail of me reacting to a video. Speaking of reacting, do y'all want me to react to something again and put it on this channel? I could if y'all want. I just don't know if y'all would fuck with it. I don't know. Oh, and also, don't take this whole section as me basically saying that women hate men. Even though some
I did not
do. Or that women...
You know, it's just unfortunate, too. Like, both sides just hate the opposite gender. It's how it is, but I did not get the same vibe as this. So I don't think every woman VTuber hates every VTuber guys, you know, or VTuber men at all. I think what he was explaining is it's just a caution of everything that women probably experience and what they have to deal with on a daily basis when it comes to like being a content creator, because that's rough. Hopefully, you know, everything's working out. Yeah.
Have it so much easier. In reality, they kind of don't. If they do, it's not by a large margin, at least in my opinion.
Both sides deal with their own issues.
In VTubing, it's far more saturated. There's a lot of them. And also being a content creator in general and being successful is already hard as shit despite
because there's a lot of people.
I don't want this conversation to be skewed into like a men versus women thing. That gets us nowhere.
I don't think it was ever like that.
Try our best to just understand one another and just talk. However, despite the stigma I talked about, you can still prevail, as cheesy as that sounds. I mean, I grew shit. Why can't you? Am I Iron Mouse
There
level?
you go.
Fuck
nope.
No, but I'll keep trying.
Ooh,
if you want better examples, you got Kenji, who uses this fucked up model.
There you go. He said, I'll keep trying. That right there is what you need to be successful. It's like, I want to be this. I'm going to keep trying till I get to here. Like, he pivoted, Static pivoted, and like now, like even this video, very well edited, 10 out of 10. All right, actually, hold on a little bit. There we go, like 10 out of 10 video. And also, yeah, here you go, Kenji. Kenji has a little messed up model, but now he actually has a legit model, which is actually kind of insane. But you know, it's just it never stopped him, you know. But like he's trying, and Kenji also tried. I'm pretty sure his experience was a lot more difficult too, because I think he was in a few dramas. But you know, just everyone starts somewhere. Everyone has their hurdles. They have to hurdles and stuff to get over. It's just don't give up. That's all you gotta do.
And still pulls.
Maybe if you had a Pokemon, I would fuck your Pokemon because you pissed me off.
Why? Because it's fun. It's entertaining. You have Heavenly Father.
Heavenly Father. I said Heavenly Gamer. I apologize. Wait, what? Huh?
I didn't eat the watermelon. It's right
Oh.
here.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Funny. Entertaining to watch. You have Shoto. Entertaining. Funny. I think he does fan service things too. If I'm not mistaken. Porcelain Maid. The list can go on and on.
You know, with the fan service stuff too, I feel like it just happens. You know, and even same here with Kaio. You know, attractive model, yes. Same with mine, attractive model. But also maybe just to not fall into like certain stigma. Because for me, I got called a femboy when I look like this. This is my old model. You know, and having everyone and a mom pop in the stream saying, "Oh my god, you're a femboy," it gets annoying. So that's why I look a little bit more aged up and maybe a little bit more hot. Not really my intention. I never really want to be a fan service character. But one of my amazing viewers, and I'll put their name right here, they drew it for me. They made this design for me. We worked together, and I love it. And you know, they draw guys more attractive. I did not mind. I love how I look, and it's just how it is. So fan service doesn't necessarily, it's not a necessity. If they want to do it, and if it's like their grind to make more money off it, go for it. Get that bag. Same with guys and girls. Get that bag, because at the end of the day, the money makes the world go round, and if you need money, find a way to make it. There you go.
On with the amount of successful male VTubers. And you also notice that a lot of them are simply fun to watch. And don't misconstrue fun to watch as the same thing as being funny. There are a few male VTubers that are entertaining, but I don't exactly find them funny. So here's a TLDR advice for a male VTuber that wants to grow. Diversify. Don't just stream and that's it. Diversify. Don't just stream and that's it. You need a YouTube, an IG, and a TikTok, if that even exists at this point.
For me, Instagram never really worked. TikTok has been working for me. I hit 1K on TikTok. Instagram, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what to do on there. Maybe I'll try to figure it out one day. I don't know. I wish I could schedule stuff on Instagram. If I can, I'll probably be on there more. I can't. And same with Twitter. I don't know what to do on Twitter. I'm good on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok.
A lot of people will tell you the method is short form content. I have no experience with going into heavy short form content since my main thing is full length videos. But the few shorts I have done did okay
they did
for what they are. But me personally, I would try dabbling in both long form and short form content, whether it's an edited VOD or a dedicated YouTube video. I would also
the long form content helps you have a higher chance of getting monetization on your channel, which is something that I feel like a lot of people are going to be thriving for, especially since, like, for me, I'm a smaller creator. I only get my income from people on Twitch, which I still feel really bad for. So I'm doing my best to try to get monetization on here so the sweet YouTube can give me the money, because I know they got a lot of money in there, so give me the money, YouTube. But yeah, you know, there we go,
put a heavy emphasis on thumbnails. Obviously, my thumbnails kind of have a set template I've developed over 2 years.
VTuber.
People judge the book by its cover, sadly. A little trick I do is make 3 different thumbnails for each video and A/B test them to see which one
A/B test is amazing.
That's probably why you've seen some of my thumbnails randomly change. And also, when it comes to streaming, less is more.
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Everything I listed takes time to do. If you stream for 8 hours, not only did you use 8 hours of your day, you also give yourself more things to look through, which then delays the next time you have to stream. Instead of
for me, and my schedule is I love to do 10 hours because I have viewers who are from all over the world. So some viewers are in the UK, Japan, and Australia and stuff like that, right? So what I do is I stream for 10 hours, then I do a short form content. I do post 2 long form contents a week, Monday and Friday, and I might do like a little commentary video on Wednesday, have an idea for like me talking about rejection, and rejection from like from VTuber agency and stuff like that, you know, with like Spider-Man in the background. It's a dumb idea, I know, but you know, I was thinking about doing stuff like that. So like you can still format your stuff a certain way that you're comfortable with. Like I think he's just giving a tip of like the broad stuff, like, you know, post some long form, post short form. It does help. A lot more people do see short form sometimes. And then just other stuff, you know. So really good advice. I'd say so. Just find what works for you, but do the steps. Don't just do one and not the other. Everything works together. You're not gonna have crazy pull on your first stream unless you're already a pretty known person. Like I think a VTuber called Croc, I believe she was Jaden before. So, you know, just stuff like that. Like, you know, if you have crazy pull already from pre-existing account, then yeah, okay, you don't have to do stuff. But do stuff. You need to. That's how you grow. If you just stream one time, you're gonna be stuck at 100 followers and never get any more and never get any less. Like, yeah, you'll never get any more, and you will probably lose. Like, you'll probably lose more because you're not streaming, you're not doing this or that, you know. So yeah.
Just streaming 2-ish hours, and now you have like 6 hours to VOD scrub, grab clips, edit them. Assuming you don't have like a 9 to 5 or school. And if you do, use the free time to stream, and then the next time you have free time, use that free time to edit the last stream you did to make content elsewhere. Maybe even do a dedicated short video or a long form video. Allocate your time. Or you can do what I did and just not ever sleep. It's 5 a.m. while recording this. But yeah, sure, this shit is definitely tricky and can even be more discouraging after the whole stigma section. If you're in it for the love of the game, is that shit really gonna stop you?
For the love of the fucking game.
I even took the liberty to...
Yeah, it's like, I love doing this, so I'm gonna keep on trying to get to that part where I can keep doing this forever. But actually, not even forever, maybe for like next, like, decade. That'd be amazing. I'm already 4 years in, so maybe 14 years of Jenky, that'd be so cool. But, you know, it's just, yeah, it's like, I feel like a lot of people, they don't want to put in the effort, and that's just how it is. Like, if you just want to stream every now and then, yeah, go for it. But if you want people to be there consistently and watch you, you gotta do a lot more. You gotta invest time, you gotta invest effort, invest money into this. This model right here, $800. My chibi model, $50. Fumo, $30. Well, technically 40. I give him a tip. But you know what I mean. It's just like, you gotta work on stuff to get stuff to work. And a lot of people just don't have that effort or the drive or the love for that, and which is fine. You can just be this can be your hobby, but if you really want to like get people to consistently watch you, you gotta do stuff. Yeah.
I ask you guys in a community post on my channel on what makes you watch a VTuber and what makes you stop watching a VTuber. And again, be mindful of bias, because I would assume that those that answer these questions are people that enjoy my content type. However, I think there is something of value to see here. Off rip, the common thing I've seen throughout these responses is personality. Being yourself.
There we go.
Now, obviously, this is subjective. Some personalities won't mesh with yours, and that's fine. But a lot of people tend to look for authenticity. One commenter even noting that for them, they don't really rock with people playing a character or not being themselves. I also see a lot of people saying, you know, their voice, how they sound. I'm honestly kind of shocked by this because...
No, that's true, though. Yeah. Some people say my voice is nice. I really don't think my voice is the best. One thing I have going for me is I don't necessarily have an accent, and also I don't really sound nasally. So that's where I have going for me for the most part. But also like I don't really play a character. As I mentioned, I'm projecting my voice and my personality just a tad bit because, you know, I don't sound like this when I go to the mall. When I go to the mall, I probably sound something like this, you know, more laid back. But, you know, it's just like a little change and like enunciation and like, you know, talking. Yeah. And also every now and then I do raise my voice a little bit. I do voices every now and then when I'm like talking to my chat. So that's how it is, you know, but yeah, no, it's just, I do think voices do match a lot though. Cause like, I don't like flirting with people, like, you know, of any gender. I don't like flirting with people. I find it weird. I find it gross. I feel like if you're gonna flirt with people, there's a certain place for that called, you know, behind closed doors. But you know, I don't know. But let's keep going.
Voices is what you like. Why the fuck are you watching me? But you know, I'll take the W.
You have a nice voice.
I'm not complaining. Now again, this one is a bit more subjective. I also saw a lot of people saying design, which I'm not the best person to talk about designing.
I agree.
VTuber design.
I was just a cameraman.
However, I'll link some videos in the description about how to design an eye-catching or interesting persona, if you will. People also.
So with me, here's my original model. My 1.0 model. Not very eye-catching. I'm a very basic anime boy. The most eye-catching feature on me was the bunny girl on my t-shirt. That's my OC for Instagram. I used to do art. For this one, now, my two main colors are white and black. But I do have green in here to pop. So if you look at me, the green does pop, so you probably see my horns first. And then also look at other parts of my model, you know, with my hand tracking, you know, I do have red and blue rings. You know, so like there is stuff that can be eye-catching to your model. I think with the videos he showed, like I think most of the girl VTubers, like they lock in on like a color palette and they keep to that. Like I think Haruka was in there. She was from ᴍᴜᴜᴜ, like a green deer. Really beautiful model, very pretty model. And also I know Static saying like his character isn't that cool. I think it is pretty cool. He reminds me of a Demon Slayer character. 10 out of 10. I think it's dope, but you know, to each their own. To each their own.
Also mention having a good sense of humor is nice. Again, subjective to person to person.
Yeah.
Consistency on uploads and streams.
There
and
you go.
General community interaction, which is definitely a department I lack in. Sorry, nothing against y'all. I pointed out my flaw because it shows that you don't need every single one of these check marks to be worth something. Nigga, it's not Tinder. Chill out. You're not gonna get skipped because you ain't 6 foot. Trust. But you might get skipped for being a dickhead, though. A lot of the common things that make.
Yeah, for me, I have a few flaws. Like when people might chat, like I may miss a message or two, but also like I do go on a few rants. Like mainly when people pop in here to say I'm a femboy. That kind of gets on my skin because like look at me. Do I look like a femboy? Yeah, I bet not. But you know, it's just it's stuff like that where I'm like, yeah, and also sometimes I think like, am I being so rude? But also like, I feel like there are some times where you do kind of have to be like a dick because like I had people who make bot accounts and like I had people who were harassing me on my YouTube live streams before with like accounts saying like Jenky's blank dump. But also I feel like, you know, like for me, one thing my community does enjoy though is like I do my best to protect it as much as I can. Like when people do pop in here and they say weird stuff to me, like I have to raise my voice every now and then. Like I have a zero tolerance policy because of my past experiences. So like when people come in here and they're saying weird stuff, they get timed out, continue it again, and being weird, banned. That's how it is. So sometimes like you might have to be a dick, but if you're just a dick for the game of it, like me being a dick to someone who does pop into streams like, hi, how you doing? Like, yeah, then I don't think I deserve anything. But I'm usually not like that. I'm usually kind and I do my best to be kind to people because I don't know what people are going through. A lot of people who are in my community are going through stuff, and I try not to make their day worse. I try to make them smile. That's the main thing. So that's why I don't say any weird stuff and don't really do a lot of fan servicey stuff, you know, because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. People already have a lot of stuff going on in their lives, but that's my view on it.
People not rock with specific VTubers anymore is due to huge ass controversies, opinions, or jokes that are more, you know, racist, transphobic, homophobic, misogynistic.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Or just oversensitive topic, things of that nature. So like, just don't be an asshole.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, that's understandable though. Like if you just know someone who's like openly just like being an asshole to everyone, like for me, my community, everyone's welcomed. You know, just follow the rules. Don't be weird. Don't make people uncomfortable. You'll be fine. I don't care if you're, you know, male, female, animal, cat. I actually have a cat viewer. One of my viewers' cats watches me. I think it's pretty cool. You know, helicopter, in between. I really don't care. I try not to make jokes towards people or anything like that.
This community post probably will have more responses. I'd recommend going through and reading some of them because it could be good insight on what people are looking for. Is male VTubing harder? My answer, kinda, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Of course, other people would
think
differently, and that's fine. It's hard for me to sit here and say yes because I feel like
50-50.
I'm growing without much of an issue. However, there are definitely specific struggles that male VTubers may face that women don't. But then again, you could say vice versa, that women VTubers have struggles that men don't. Again, I'm not here to make it men versus women. Everybody can calm the fuck down. I appreciate all those that think I'm worthy of their money. It means a lot. And thank you to those that replied to my community post. If you happen to be a male VTuber, feel free to share your opinion on the matter in the comments. I want to know.
Hopefully, I don't know if you'll watch this video, but if you are, hi Static, how you doing? I give this video a 10 out of 10. For me right now, my OBS says 55 minutes. I don't know how long the video will be. And also, I'll continue talking once it's actually fully done.
Wait for this whole thing to be a topic again in like 6 months. All right.
And make another video in 6 months. Redo it. All right. You know what? This was a good video. I'm actually very glad I saw this, and you know, I'm glad I clicked on it. So Static honestly killed it. I think in all honesty, I talked about everything throughout the video, but I do want to say the video is very well made. So Static definitely did get a view from me, because I'm pretty sure I did watch one of his videos before too. Yeah, no, just everything. Yeah, and also like one thing I do want to say though, if you're a guy VTuber watching this, from a guy VTuber to guy VTuber as well, just try. I know Aspen was like, oh, this is only if like you're unattractive, but like you can be the most Chad looking guy and you don't want to show your face on the internet, that's fine. If you want to be a guy VTuber, go for it. I think you'll have fun. I have a lot of fun with it. I get to do a lot of dumb stuff, and you know, I get to look in multiple ways. Like I get to be this version, I could be a plushie, I can even be a little chibi guy. You know, like the options are everywhere, and you can do anything. It's just same thing. The sky's the limit. Like, you know, with this person, Grave Prower, it won't stop me from being a VTuber. I'm gonna be the best in the world. That right there, go for it. They have the motivation. If they follow the tips that Static has given, and maybe even the stuff that I have talked about here, just go for it. Again, I want to say 10 out of 10 video from Static Tokyo. So hopefully they don't strike down this video, but hopefully I gave at least enough commentary that, and at least my insight from being a male VTuber. But let me move on over here real quick so I can say my goodbyes, and then I'll be on my merry way to go edit this at like 4 in the morning, so yippee! So, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to Static's video of the issue with and around male VTubers. I did not know this sparked because of Holostars at all. I did not know they cut Holostars at all. I think the main issue with Holostars too is like, I'm pretty sure they weren't allowed to collab with the women, because I've seen what happens when a Hololive member collabs with Holostars. People get very upset. So I think it's more just like the stigma with that too. That's why it costed them to be cut at all. But I think it's just still messed up how everything did happen. One thing though, as a guy VTuber, if you want to be a VTuber and you are a guy, go for it. It's fun. If you guys want to try it out, there is a bunch of pre-made models over on VGen and Booth and all that stuff you can get and test it out if you do enjoy it. If you like making content, you like making stuff like Static does, and you don't want to stream, make content, you know? But streaming does help. You know, maybe YouTube live stream, maybe Twitch, hell, even live stream on X, I think that's possible now. I don't know. Like, do stuff, make content, post it somewhere people know who you are, and, you know, just keep on trying, keep on grinding, and hopefully by luck and you'll have the skills built up, you can be a big guy VTuber one day. Be the person you want to be one day. Very entertaining video. I did enjoy this one. Yeah, again, all the links to Static will be down below. Check them out. That video will have amazing editing in it. I don't know how much editing this video will have, but hopefully it'll have something. But yeah, but just I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. So, bye everyone.